والسلام على شرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to another segment of the Quran Circle. Inshallah, tonight we do some recap of what we've done. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, and we discussed the importance. Why is the importance of learning Tajweed? Tajweed is to pronounce each letter correctly. And so last time I mentioned that each letter consists of two components. One component is what we call the makhraj, the articulation point in the mouth. Anyone can remember how many letters are there in the Arabic alphabet? I mentioned it last time. Anyone remembers? 29? Anyone with a different opinion? Okay, so there are 29 written letters in the alphabet, but there are 28 pronounced letters in the alphabet. And then I mentioned that the letter that is not pronounced is the alif, yes. The alif doesn't have a sound. The only function of the alif is to lengthen the fatha that precedes it, okay? And then we mentioned also that the other component is that each letter has qualities, okay? There's qualities, and the qualities differentiate the letters from each other. And I still made some experiment where I asked the Jama'ah to pinpoint for me what is the makhraj, what is the articulation point of a tha, tha. Anyone can remember? What's the makhraj? What is the articulation point of a tha? Yeah, okay, so we have a doctor. Ek moet maar nou mooi versigtig wees. Hy het dentist hier. Okay, so the tip of the tongue touching the tip of the front incisors, okay? The central incisors there. So the tip of your tongue touching there, that is the makhraj, that is the articulation point of a tha. And then I asked, so what is the articulation point of a dhal? Dhal. What is the articulation point? It's exactly the same as the tip of the tongue touching the front incisors. But why does it differ? It differs in sound. Why does it differ? Okay, and so we had this experiment where I said, you keep your finger on your vocal cords, and you pronounce the tha. You can try it. And then you do it with the dhal. Keep your fingers there. So what do you feel? There's a vibration of the vocal cords, yes. So the dhal is a quality of vibration of the vocal cords, and then the tha don't have the quality of vibration. It's a whisper sound. So these are qualities. And so why is it important that we pronounce or learn to pronounce these letters correctly? It is in order to protect our tongues from making errors when reading the Holy Qur'an. Okay, protecting our tongues from making errors. Because substituting a letter for a letter, changing a letter can make a big difference in the meaning of the Quran. Okay? And the example I always use is the word qalb. Qalb. What does qalb mean? Heart, yes. So if you go to Arab land and you want to say to someone that, I love you with my qalb, with my heart, and you say kalb. What does kalb mean? A dog, yes. You see, you can cause a lot of trouble, okay, just by changing. That is in the Arabic language, what's still of the Qur'an. So it can change the Qur'an, it can change the meaning, it sometimes can give the opposite meaning or not the meaning that which is intended. And that is only by changing a letter for a letter. You move the makhraj. So the qaf and the kaf very near to one another, but if you move it the wrong way, you can change the meaning. And the same can go for the vowels. We spoke about the vowels last time. Vowels, which is your a, I, and u. These in Arabic is called harakat. Harakat means movements. And in this case, it is movements of the mouth. Okay? It's movement of the mouth. So I said the ah sound, the fatha. What kind of movement does it have? You remember? Fatha, if you say ah, ba, ta, tha, any letter with a ah, with a fatha, what kind of movement should there be in your mouth? Open movement, yes. Fatha means to open. So any letter of the alphabet that is pronounced with a fatha, with a ah sound, that is the stroke above the letter. Okay, the stroke above the letter, that is called a fatha. Whenever you pronounce these letters, then there should be an opening in your mouth. Okay? Any letter of the alphabet. A, ba, ta, tha, ja. And then we mentioned that we are a moderate nation, a moderate ummah. We are not extreme. So it's not extreme opening. A, ba, ta. No. Okay, it's moderate. A, ba, ta, tha. And then I said that kasra, that is a stroke beneath the letter, that is the I sound, the I sound. So what movement is I? Anyone remember? I. The dropping of the jaw, yes, the dropping of the lip. So whenever you pronounce any letter with the I sound, there should be a dropping in your mouth. Okay? So I, B, T, C, G. Right? And now we come to U. U, which is a dhamma, that stroke, okay? What kind of movement is that? Anyone remember? What movement, in what position should your mouth be when you pronounce any letter with a U sound? A dhamma. Okay, so the U is a forward circling movement of the mouth. Okay, so whenever you pronounce any letter of the alphabet, then your mouth should be in that position. Okay? U, bu, tu, thu, ju, etc. Okay? So these are your movements. These are your harakat. These are your vowels. And it's important that to get the vowels right. By substituting vowels, you can also change the meaning or give the opposite meaning. Okay? For example, in the second juz, there's a verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about where Nabi Dawood, we say David, killed the giant, which is Jawud or Goliath. Okay, so the ayah goes as follows. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. So we have a doer, okay? And what we say, the action is done upon, which is the giant. So Dawood killed Jalut. David killed Goliath. If you say, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودَ جَالُوتُ, you have the opposite meaning, the exact opposite meaning. That is just by what? Changing the vowel. So it's important then that we know these things so that we don't make these errors when we read the Qur'an. And then we went on to the Isti'adha. When we went on to the Isti'adha, and that is to say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay, to pronounce these words is called the Isti'adha, meaning you're seeking refuge. You're seeking refuge by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the cursed shaitan. Okay? And then mention also that although the Isti'adha is not a verse of the Qur'an, it is highly recommended that you should read it at the beginning of your recitation. Whenever you start reading the Quran, you should read the Isti'adha. Some scholars hold the opinion that it is compulsory, but the majority of the scholars say no, it is highly recommended and desired that you should read your Isti'adha before you recite the Quran. And then we went on and mentioned, should the Isti'adha be recited soft or loud? And I mentioned that when your recitation is loud, then the Isti'adha will be loud. Okay? When your recitation is loud, the Isti'adha is loud. If your recitation is soft, in a soft voice, then your Isti'adha will be in a soft voice. If you're in a classroom situation or in a circle like this, then only the first person that starts reading needs to say the Isti'adha loud. Then those who read second do not have to say it or can say it softly. Okay, so only the first person, in this case, will be, it is desired that he should read the Isti'adha loud. And so why do we read the Isti'adha loud, especially when your recitation is loud? Is to give the indication that what will follow now will be Qur'an. Okay? So if people are busy and someone reads the Isti'adha, then immediately he knows that what follows now is the Qur'an. But if he starts immediately reading Qur'an, then people might miss out on the message. Okay? And I mentioned also that even in your salah, before you're reading the Surah Fatiha, you have to read the Isti'adha. But in this case, it will be soft. Okay? It will be soft. And as I mentioned, it is not a verse of the Quran. Then we moved on to the Basmala, and I said that Basmala is recited, or Basmala means to utter the words Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. These are recited at the beginning of surahs. Okay? At the beginning of surahs. And then we started with Surah Al-Fatiha. And then we mentioned the 4 ways. Whenever you start your recitation at the beginning of a surah, there is 4 ways of reciting it. Okay? First of all, we have the Isti'adha, we have the Basmala in the beginning of the surah. Right? So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. So the first way is to separate everything. You separate the Isti'adha from the Basmala, from the surah. Your second choice is you separate the Isti'adha, join the Basmala with the surah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And very important, whenever you continue reading, joining ayat, you have to read the last vowel. Okay? You have to read the last vowel. Stopping, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But going through, you have to read the last vowel. Right? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay? And then, of course, I mentioned that you can join the Isti'adha with the Basmala, separated from the surah. Okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. And the last way of joining is to join everything, all 3, in one breath. So here you need to sit up straight and take a deep breath and join everything. Okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. This is where we stopped last week. So we'll just do some practice on that, inshallah. First we will do separate everything. Okay? I will read and then you can follow me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay, you do it. Everyone together. أعوذ بالله. Excellent. Now we will separate the Isti'adha, join the Basmala with the Surah. Okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay, you do it alone. Right. Okay, now we'll do the joining everything. Okay, so you need to take a nice deep breath. Okay, sit up lekker. And we can go a little faster. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. One more time. Last time. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay. We have any volunteers? Any volunteers? So you have a choice. You can either separate everything or you can join. There are any of the four ways. I think the easiest way is just to separate. So we need any volunteers to read for us the Isti'adha, the Basmala in the beginning of the surah. تفضل. أحسنتم ما شاء الله بارك الله فيك. تفضل. أحسنت بارك الله فيك. أحسنتم. ما شاء الله. Anyone else? ما شاء الله. أعوذ بالله. MashaAllah, barakallahu feek. Right, so what is, we'll come to the females now. What is disliked, okay, what is disliked is to breathe between ayat, is to breathe between verses, okay? If you cannot make to the end, you'd rather make a stop. But it is disliked to read and breathing between ayat. For example, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay? Try to read the verse until the end or to make a proper stop. Okay? So do we have any females that wants to go? MashaAllah, barakallahu feek. Okay, so remember, we learn by our mistakes, okay? So making a mistake is good, then you know next time what not to read, okay? But if you don't read at all, then I can't help you, and nobody would know if you're reading properly. So if you make a mistake, alhamdulillah, we all make mistakes, okay? So don't be afraid to read. Inshallah, we are here to learn. Faddal, another one. Ihsaan. Right, anyone else? Ihsaan. Anyone else? Before we go on, can anyone remember what was the makhraj? What is the articulation point of a sin? Sin. You remember? We did it last week. So to pinpoint a makhraj, you give the letter a sukoon, and before it you give it a fatha. So we have as, feel it as. So what do you think? What is the makhraj of a sin? Anyone here remember? Yes. So we have, okay. So this is the mouth here. So the tip of the tongue is suspended here between the upper and lower incisors. Okay. There is your tongue. So the tip of the tongue should not touch the teeth. Okay. If it touches the teeth or the palate, it will be incorrect. Okay. The tip is just suspended there. Okay. I don't know if for the onliners. Okay, this is streamed also. So if you can look at that way, it is just suspended there. Okay, more to the lower incisors. So you try it as. Huh? Does the tip of your tongue touch any part of the mouth? It should not. Okay. So we have Bismillah, Bismillah. Try that. Ihsaan to begin. Yeah, you. No, behind is. No. I can hear there is some. Your tongue is touching some part of your mouth. The tip of your tongue should not touch any part of your mouth. Say as. Again. Yeah, don't say Bismillah. Oh, that's much better. Okay? Remember that next time, okay? Right, we carry on. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay, so here we have an ayn, ayn. Anyone knows where the ayn comes from? The ayn? From the throat? Yes. Yes, okay. So if you look at the throat is divided into three parts. We have a lower throat, a middle throat, and we have an upper throat. The ayn is from the upper throat. Huh? From the upper throat. Ya. Ala, ala. From the upper throat. Okay? Say, alamin. Alamin. يعلمون تعلمون أحسنتم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن الرحيم Did I say the ayn is of the upper throat? It's of the middle throat. Huh? It's from the middle throat. Hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kho. Okay? So it's from the middle throat. Middle throat. Okay? Ayn is from the middle throat. Ya'lamun, a'lamun. So we come to the ha. The ha is also from the middle throat. The ha from the middle throat. Okay? So the ha and the ayn, they share a makhraj. Okay, okay. So give it a sukoon and a fatha before it. And we have Try it. Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, can I have some volunteers? Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, just that verse. Ahsant. Behind you. Ahsant. Anyone else? Okay, anyone else? Shaykh Yusuf? Okay. Very important, okay? Very important is whenever we read, we have to read the letters as it stands alone, okay? As it stands alone. So one letter should not influence another letter. Are you with me? So if you had to pronounce Shaykh Yusuf alone, just the how would it sound? Right? After it, follow the there is a full letter which is a ra, okay? So the ra should not influence your So your should never become o, or Rahman, or Rahman. Are you with me? Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman. Try that. Okay, Yusuf, try it. Open your more. Ar-Rahman. That's much better. Okay, anyone else? Ahsantum. We have female, eh? Any female? Type. Another one? Right. So very important, one letter should not influence another letter, okay? If you had to read the A alone, it was A. It never became O. Huh? Or Rahman, huh? So A always play A, Ba, Ta, Tha, always open. It won't become O, Bo, To. Huh? Are you with me? So keep that in mind next time when you recite. Okay? We go on. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين مالك يوم الدين. Will it become مالك يوم الدين? Why? Because the meme is a fatha. It should be an opening in your mouth. Will it become مالك يوم الدين? Okay. Remember, fatha is open. A, ba, ta. Okay? مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. Right. Any volunteers? أحسنتم. No, إيا. Right, so there's an emphasis there. You have to put emphasis there. Iya, not iya. Iyaka na'budu. That's better. Ahsantum. Okay. Ahsantum. Anyone else? Ahsantum. Anyone else? Faddal. Ahsantum. Ladies? Anyone? Ahsanti. Barakallahu fiki. Anyone else? Ahsant. Okay, we carry on. How's your time? 10 minutes. Okay. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Okay, here we have a sad. A sad. Can anyone tell me, what is the makhraj of a sad? So you give it a sukoon and a fatha before it. As. Anyone else? Okay, anyone else? Okay, anyone else? Okay, so the sad and the sin, they have exactly the same makhraj. Exactly. Exactly the same makhraj. The tip of the tongue is suspended behind the front and lower incisors. Huh? Suspended there, should not touch. But why does it sound different? Why does it sound different? Why does a sad sound different than a sin? So in a sin, we see the tongue lies flat in the mouth. As, sa, si, su. With a sad, something happens, okay? With a sad, something happens. The first thing that happens with a sad is the back of the tongue should rise up, okay? So the rise up, we call that Isti'adha. If you can't remember the word, don't worry. All you need to know is the mechanism, what happens to your tongue. So the tongue rises up at the back. Secondly, your tongue makes like a bucket. It must fall and form like a bucket. Okay? So you have your palate here, and the tongue is like it wants to cover the palate here. Okay? Wants to cover the palate. So if your tongue is not exercised enough, then you will struggle saying it. So you need to exercise your tongue. Your tongue should do this. Try to do that with your tongue. Okay? And you need to feel the pressure here. Okay? You need to feel that pressure. So keep the tip of your tongue between the upper and lower incisors. So that touch the incisors. And your tongue must make like a bucket. Okay? And you try that. Sa. 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 You should feel the pressure here. Sa. Remember, if you say a sa with a fatha, with a a, what position should your mouth be? What position? What does fatha do? Open, yes. Sa. Sa. And what if you do this? So. What are you doing? So. What are you doing wrong? You make your mouth round, yes. And a round position is which vowel? Which vowel? O, yes. So pronouncing a sad, but with a fatha, but your mouth is in an U position would be incorrect. Okay? Like so. So the sad is not a lip letter. There's no lips involved. Only the tongue. The tongue should make like a bucket. So what happens? The more you make your tongue like a bucket, the more area you create inside your mouth. And by creating more area in your mouth, it gives a full sound. So what happens is the sound bounces onto the tongue, onto the palate, and then out of the mouth. Okay, and that is what we call almost like an acoustic sound, a full sound. So the more you do this with your tongue, the fuller your sound will come, okay, with a sad. So we try this. Sa. Sa. We lengthen it. Sa. Sa. Feel the pressure here, because doing a E will be a little difficult. Si. 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 Sa. Si. Sa. Ihdina si. Nasi. Nosi. Where did it go? No. Nosi. What is wrong there? Okay. Ihdina si. Nasi. Ihdina sirata al-mustaqim. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط. There we have a ta. Who can tell me what is the makhraj of a ta? What's the makhraj of a ta? Hmm? Okay, right. In order to find what's the makhraj of a ta, you need to know what's the makhraj of a ta. A ta and a ta, they have the same makhraj. So what's the makhraj of a ta? In a ta, the tip of the tongue touches the gum line behind the front incisors, the gum line there. And it should not touch the teeth. If it touches the teeth, you have this sound, tsa, tsa. It shouldn't touch your teeth, okay? Just on the gum line, ta, ta. You feel that? At, ta. And not tss, 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 tss. Then you get the t sound, okay? So this is number one. So the ta and the ta is on the gum line, the tip of the tongue, behind the front incisors. But why does it sound different? What happened in the sod happens with the ta. The back of the tongue must rise up and the middle of the tongue must form a bucket. Okay? Form a bucket. And the more you give that pressure, the fuller that your ta will sound. Okay? Try this. Ta, 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 ti, ta, ti, ta. So the more you do that, the fuller your ta will sound. Okay? Ta. Okay. To. What is wrong? If I say to, what did I do wrong? To. The mouth is wrong. The mouth is wrong. How should the mouth be? Open, yes. Again, a to is not a lip letter. Not a lip letter. The only time that you make your mouth to a forward circling movement if you pronounce the u sound. So the ta with the u sound, for example, tu. Okay? But other than that, it should be open. Ta. Try again. Feel the pressure. The ta is the strongest letter in the Arabic alphabet. So when you pronounce a ta, you should hear there's a ta. There's a heavy sound there. Okay? اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. مستقيم. Here we have a qaf. What is the makhraj of a qaf? Qa, qi, qu, aqa, aqa. Upper throat? Anyone else? Okay? No one? Right, so the makhraj of a qaf is the back of the tongue against the soft palate. So there are two palates, okay? We have a soft palate and a hard palate. So the qaf is from the soft palate. Qa. Try it. Qa. 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 Qi. Qi. Qu. Okay? If you go a little forward to the hard palate, you end up with a kaf. Ka. Huh? So there's a difference between kaf and qa. Okay? Mustaqim. Mustaqim. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. What is wrong? What did I do wrong? So I'm pronouncing a kasra. I'm pronouncing a I. What position is a I of your mouth? Downward movement, yes. Okay? Qi, qi. So pronouncing a ki, but your mouth is in a position of a dhamma would be incorrect. And that's where we end up with it. the sound which is, you're not sure what the student read, okay? Mustaqim. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Very important to get your position of your mouth properly. So you can look in the mirror and see and look at yourself, pronounce these letters, mustaqim, mustaqim, and look in the mirror and see if you say it properly. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. There we have a meme with a dhamma, mu, mu. So in which position should your mouth be when pronounce that meme? Mu, mus. In which position should your mouth be? Mus. Huh? Forward circling movement, yes. Mu, mus, mus. Okay? اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Right, we take it from the beginning. I'm going to read, and you can read after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Right, all Basmala together from the beginning till then. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Again. أعوذ بالله. Okay. We'll stop there for tonight, inshallah. Next week, inshallah, we'll try to complete the Surah Fatiha, and then each one will have an opportunity to read it, inshallah. Are there any questions before we stop? Is it time? Okay, khair. Shukran. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Afwan.
وللأزمان، كم تهنأ وفؤادك يملأه القرآن. قل لهموم الناس وأسئلة الحيران، كم فيك سرورا وسلاما واطمئنانا.